ado, let's start our video. Prince Daemon Targaryen is a prince of the Targaryen dynasty and the younger brother of King Viserys I Targaryen. He is also the uncle and royal consort of Queen Rhaenyra Targaryen. Much of what we know about Daemon's life was written about by Archmaester Gildane in The Rogue Prince. Also, we get some other details from Septons, Maesters, and the court fool Mushroom's writing. Maester Yandel describes Daemon as dashing, daring, and dangerous, but also mercurial and quick to take offense. In Archmaester Gildane's writings, he described that Daemon was ambitious, impetuous, and moody, as charming as he was hot-tempered. Daemon was born in 81 AC during the reign of his grandfather, King Jaehaerys I Targaryen, as the second son of Prince Balon Targaryen and his sister wife, Princess Alyssa Targaryen. He had one older brother, Viserys, as well as one younger brother, Aegon, who died in infancy. Within a fortnight of Daemon's birth, Alyssa took the child flying on Melis, as was a custom that the Targaryens followed. In his youth, Daemon was free-spirited and adventurous. It is widely believed that Daemon was the most experienced warrior of his time. He was a renowned warrior skilled in the joust, hunting, and swordplay. Daemon was knighted at 16, and at some point King Jaehaerys I Targaryen gave him the Dark Sister, one of the ancestral Valyrian steel swords of House Targaryen. He is also a dragon rider and rode Caraxes into battles. In 97 AC, Daemon married Lady Rhea Royce, the heir to Runestone, but he disliked both her and the Vale of Arryn. He was often heard to refer his wife as his bronze bitch. Later in life, Daemon asked his brother's permission several times to set aside his marriage to Rhea Royce, but was refused. Though hot-headed, he always loved his older brother. During the Great Council of 101 AC, Daemon supported the claim of Prince Viserys for king. Daemon gathered a small army of sworn swords and men-at-arms when he received news that Lord Corlys Velaryon was readying a fleet to defend the rights of his son, Laenor Velaryon. In 104 AC, during the tourney for King Viserys I's coronation, Daemon was defeated twice by Sir Criston Cole, who bested him first in the melee and then in the joust. From 103 AC until 104 AC, Daemon served briefly as Master of Coin and Master of Laws for 6 months after that. However, governance bored Daemon, and the prince's demeanor made him a rival of the Hand of the King, Sir Otto Hightower, who could not stand Daemon's presence and on several occasions had begged King Viserys to remove him from the small council. Later, Daemon was appointed commander of the City Watch of King's Landing, a position he thrived in and maintained for about a year to Otto Hightower's regret. With 2,000 men at his command, he became more powerful than ever. Daemon inspired loyalty from many of the rank-and-file men of the City Watch. He improved their armaments and equipped them with a short sword and iron cudgels. He gave every man of the City Watch a golden cloak, which led to the guards becoming known as the Gold Cloaks. Crime fell sharply under Daemon's command, likely due to his love of inflicting harsh punishments on thieves and cut-purses. Daemon developed a dark reputation in the stews and brothels in Flea Bottom, becoming familiar to every cut-purse, whore, and gambler. There he became acquainted with a prostitute named Mysaria, known to her enemies as Misery. While Daemon called himself the Prince of the City, to the residents of King's Landing he became known as Lord Flea Bottom. Daemon considered himself his brother's heir, as Viserys had no living sons, and he coveted the title Prince of Dragonstone, which the king refused to grant due to Otto Hightower's influence. Otto Hightower did not want Daemon to follow Viserys to the throne and proposed the idea that Viserys' daughter, Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen, should be named heir. Daemon became furious after hearing about Rhaenyra becoming heir and resigned from the post of commander, the Gold Cloaks, and flew with Mysaria on Caraxes to Dragonstone, and so was not present for Rhaenyra's ceremony in the Red Keep. Living on Dragonstone, Mysaria became pregnant with Daemon's child. He wanted to present her with a dragon egg as the Targaryen custom, but the angry King Viserys demanded that Daemon return the egg and return to his lawful wife in the Vale. Daemon sent Mysaria to Lys, but the ship she was on sailed through a storm in the narrow sea, and Mysaria lost the child. This hardened the relationship between the brothers. In 106 AC, with Daemon desiring his kingdom and Lord Corlys Velaryon, the Lord of the Tides, wanting to rid the Stepstones from the rule of the Triarchy, joined forces together for a private war in the Stepstones. While Corlys provided the Valyrian fleet, Daemon flew on his dragon, Caraxes, and led an army of adventurers and second sons. In 108 AC, he defeated the pirate king Craghas Drahar. In 109 AC, after conquering the islands, Daemon was crowned by Lord Corlys Velaryon as king of the Stepstones and the Narrow Sea. Bored with ruling his meager kingdom, Daemon returned to King's Landing in 111 AC during the tourney that gave the Greens and the Blacks their names. He reconciled with Viserys I Targaryen by offering him his crown from the Stepstones. King Viserys welcomed his brother's return, and Daemon was given a seat on the small council. However, neither age nor exile had changed Daemon's nature, and soon he took up again with old companions in the city watch, and returned to the brothels on the Street of Silk. Although Daemon was cold with Viserys' second wife, Queen Alicent Hightower, and her children, he spent hours in the company of his niece, Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen, praising her beauty, enthralling her with tales of his adventures, taking her hawking, and mocking her stepmother Alicent and her greens. Daemon gave her books, pearls, silks, a jade tiara once owned by the Empress of Leng, and many other gifts. Daemon and Rhaenyra often flew to Dragonstone on their dragons, Caraxes and Syrax. In 115 AC, Daemon's first wife, Rhea Royce, died after falling from a horse. Daemon was refused by House Royce when he flew to the Vale of Arryn to claim Runestone, which had been his late wife Lady Rhea's seat. After that, Daemon went to Driftmark, where he met the enchanting Laena Velaryon, the daughter of his friend Lord Corlys, and asked the Sea Snake for her hand in marriage. Laena was already betrothed to the son of a late Sea Lord of Braavos, but Daemon killed the Braavosi in a duel. While singers say Daemon fell in love with Laena at first sight, others state Daemon married into the mighty House Velaryon to check his descent from power, as he had been pushed far down the line of succession and made many enemies in his adventures. Because the marriage had been without the consent of King Viserys I Targaryen, Daemon and Laena left Westeros for Essos. Here, court jester. Mushroom claims the pair went to the ruins of Valyria, but other reliable sources indicated that they toured the free cities, visiting Pentos, Volantis, Qohor, and Norvos. In 116 AC, they returned to Pentos, where they learned that Laena was pregnant, and their twin daughters Baela, and Rhaena were born there while they were in Pentos. When the twins were half a year old, the family returned to Driftmark. Daemon wrote his brother, begging leave to present his daughters to court so they can receive a royal blessing. The small council advised the king to refuse, but it was recorded that Viserys told Grandmaster Mellos, "Daemon is a father now. He will have changed." In 120 AC, during the year of the Red Spring, Laena Velaryon died while trying to birth a son who also died. Later that year, Laenor Velaryon, husband to Rhaenyra Targaryen, was killed in Spicetown by his companion, Sir Carl Corey. According to Mushroom, Daemon was the one who arranged the death of Laenor